Let's get it.
The mics is good. Everything's straight. What's up, y'all? It's Hippoppington with Kim and the crew, and today we have two special guests, and we're gonna get into what they're doing now, who they are, and what their why is. I heard a very important question be asked by Oprah, and she also says, "What's your why?" So why are you doing what you're doing? And I think that has a lot to do with the outcome of what you do. So I asked everybody that. So first, introduce yourselves, please. Where should I start?
My name is Jamil Lindsay. I'm the founder, executive producer of GullyTV, known internationally as GullyTV.
That's right. My name is Mark Curry. I'm a ex-entertainer, but a business mogul.
Yes.
I like that title.
I love it.
Yeah, I like it.
All right, so first we're going to talk to you.
Right.
Because we're both in media, so I need some advice from you. So, how did you start off doing media? First of all, if y'all know GullyTV, he gets down to business and he asks the right questions to the right people. And there's a lot of frauds. If you're familiar with the 90s era at all, you know it was grimy. It was real. You had to get where you had to get however you got there. You know what I mean? Because it was like survival of the fittest, so to speak, in every industry, but especially in the music industry. And it had a lot to do with the fact that some people, some of their shit was funded by street money or street game or something like that, right? So you talk to these people and you get to the bottom of all that. So how did you start? Let me start from the beginning because I could talk about this all day.
I think what you're trying to ask me is I'm kind of like favored or accepted amongst like a lot of the gangsters, and I think it's really attributed to sincerity. I got a street background. I kind of know which lines not to cross. We pretty much share a lot of the same principles. I explained to them, me interviewing you is not a glorification of murder or all the drugs you sold or nothing like that. Like, for instance, I interviewed Haitian Jack recently.
Right.
I didn't ask him about
the bullshit.
Nah, I asked him about Biz Markie, a hip hop artist. So, you know what I'm saying? I try to bring them down away from that whole gangsta element to an individual, what type of music you like.
Right.
So that's my approach to them, and I've been accepted for it, you know, in favor.
And you haven't been in the entertainment business.
Yes.
In what aspect? Let everybody know how you were involved in the music industry.
Heavy. Yeah,
Heavy.
Yeah, heavy.
Some of the greatest songs that you've ever heard in your life, he's been involved in.
Yeah.
So, I think so.
And I appreciate you for that one. That's a big title to wear, but I like it.
That's real talk.
If you think about it as far as entertainment goes, those songs between that, you know, the early 2000 era of Bad Boy was classic shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just gonna go down in history as they still play those. Those are still the songs that get people hyped.
Yeah, and I once again thank you again.
You're welcome.
But you know what it took was for me to do that song back then, to be that entertainer then.
So tell everybody what song we're talking about, because they might not know. And when you find out, you're gonna be singing it all night because it's that kind of song.
It's the Bad Boy for Life. The weed ain't go. Yeah.
Going nowhere.
See what I'm saying? Everybody bopping their head.
Because it ain't shit change.
Exactly.
Classic hip
Since the
hop.
Notorious, but look, what I will say this, because I wanna mend something today. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a great day. March 9th we started something March 9th on the day Biggie got murdered. We started a big movement, and I was like, who do I believe in?
Right.
Who do I trust? And it was Gully. You know what I mean? It was not only that. It was just because we was doing an interview. Then he was like, "Yo, I need you to come out. I'm about to bring you back. You my project."
Because for me, and I think for you too, because you have really, really good interviews, and you just sit there and talk to them, and like you said, they feel comfortable talking to you.
Right.
But for me, it's important for these stories to come out because it's like people see the glory and the fame, and they don't really see the realness of it, and that's why I have so much respect for you and for you because that's the story that people need to hear. That's the story that people are gonna learn from. You know what I mean? Like when you tell your story and when you tell your story, it's real and people can relate to that.
Right.
So it's more like a testimony. For me, hip hop is like, you know, it's a culture, but it's like if there was a church, people would testify, right? But so the media outlets, this is what we want to do. We want you to come here and tell us what's going on so that you could change lives.
Right.
I like
and
that.
Support LiveHipHopDaily.
Yes, and support Hippoppington.
Straight
up.
Daily.
So tell us more about, you wrote a book, you have songs, and you're like doing some natural energy. I mean, like you're just boom out the water with all this stuff. So start off.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy. Yeah, but I'm with you.
Yeah. So the book you wrote, there's a lot of things in that book that I also saw in Mace's book. Do you guys remember when Mace wrote a book?
Yeah.
That was a good book, and I'm not gonna lie. I went to Mace's church, not there, but he in the beginning he, you know, was going around preaching.
Chester Bridge.
Well, he was in Jersey because I'm from Jersey. Shout out to Brick City.
Okay. Hey, T-Neck, I'm from T-Neck. Go ahead, though.
Exactly, Jersey.
Jersey in the building.
In the building.
Redman.
So, shout out to
Clinton.
Right. Hold your head. Roll away. Anyway, the thing about his book and what was moving me was that he was telling so much truth and having been involved in it and having turned away from it. And I went to his church and like the dude really, you know. So when your book, what was the reaction that people got? What was the feedback people gave from you? Because I think that doing that is super fucking brave. First of all, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm with you. I had a lot of people that supported it. That was like, we're happy for you. But then I had a lot of people that was like, we didn't like it. But I remember that the ones that didn't like it were the ones who meant the most to me.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. And it was more because, you know, the relationship that I really have with Puff, as friendship, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's more like real brothers.
Yeah.
And when I did that, it kind of like separated brothers. You know what I'm saying? But I knew what I was doing. I just was trying to do it tastefully.
Right.
You understand? And then to pass a message. But the message that I wanted to pass kind of went bigger. Because I was like, yo, I'm about to write a book, bro. If we don't figure out something quick, I'm gonna write a book.
Right.
And so then I wrote the book. I told him. Everybody had heads up over at the camp. Harv Pierre, everybody had. Dominique felt Demenci, Conrad Demenci. You know, all the A&Rs. Because when I go and record, I didn't want to come in the studio angry.
Right. You wanted to be full disclosure.
When I used to go in the studio, I'm angry. Because it doesn't matter. I'm here in New York, ready to come record, but whatever. But I didn't like going into the studio with that anger.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, for people, let people tell their truth and live their story and deal with the shit the way they want to deal with it. You know what I mean? So that's what I got from it, and that's what I got from him. And whoever else was telling their story before they either went back or whatever, but we didn't even tell them what we were talking about. First of all, we need to. What was the name of the book? The name of the book
is Dancing with the Devil: How Puff Burnt the Bad Boys of Hip Hop.
And so that's still on Amazon. You can pick it up.
It's still a big seller.
But all I'm saying about it is, you're not the only one that's been saying that said a lot of the things that were said. So there has to be some truth to it, and you run into stuff like that.
Right.
So now,
now
what
we're talking about now. You just said it yourself. Now I am 47 years old, but I still have the body of a 22-year-old.
Okay.
I'm no longer. I can't walk around and be upset about Puff.
Nothing.
About what we spilled on the table 10 years ago.
Right. No. Absolutely.
What I can say now is I'm glad to see his son Quincy and Justin.
Aren't they
and
good looking boys?
They are growing. I'm seeing his twins. But it's not even about us.
It's about the good.
It's about the good.
That song, man. Let me tell you something.
I would love to perform it, but I love to see how it ain't shit changed since the Notorious. But right.
Yes.
I think that you know, I as a grown man, as growing into life, I'm no longer upset about none of that. I'm happier with the fact that we have this man right here kind of dug me from the grave and was like, you're ready to come out the grave today.
This is what we were discussing too. And back to being media. This is what we love to do. I feel like this is what I want to do. So
me and you both can agree that there's no insignificant hip hop artists.
There aren't.
Everybody got a story.
Yes.
So I pursued him with, fervor. Did I say it right? Fervor.
You did.
Did I say it right?
He was looking for
That's
it.
right.
I pursued him. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? I liked it. He got a song with Black Rob called Muscle Game. I used to play it over and over and over in college. So when I first met him, that's one of the first things I wanted to ask him. What it was like sparring with Black Rob, because it was like they were.
This
They
dude,
was boxing.
okay, Black Rob. Where is Black Rob? I saw him a couple of months ago.
Ask
He
him.
was here.
I just talked to him. I
He
talked to
was
Black
here.
Rob like 2 days ago.
He was here.
Looking for him.
He was with Lil C's and they came and they were here. And shout out to Lil C's because I
C's
think the
Leo.
way that he honors Biggie's legacy is dope.
And his health about how he does his body's crazy. Like the workout stuff's crazy.
Yes, hard body, hashtag
Yeah,
hard body.
Yeah, you know what it is.
C's be like hashtag hard body.
Hard body.
Right.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
Get
he
your
on
game
his shit right now.
But yeah, so getting back to that, we want to push that forward and we want to continue the legacy. We want them to have that space. So, but you though, how do you get these interviews? Because it's like, I'm a female.
I put my work in since the DVD era. I've been in the game. I've been in
Yes.
the game a long time.
So when he walked in,
yo.
he picks up this magazine, and this is a hood, really in prison.
Street Bible. It
This
said,
is the street or the hood chronicles, especially for people in prison. Like I said, is this still in print? I don't think so.
yeah,
Is
it's
it?
not even
Oh,
official.
okay, but they in prison,
Yeah, that's popular in prison, no doubt.
very popular. And then so he's like, I'm in this magazine. So I was like, oh, okay. So, and you were in it too. So these are some of the media outlets that we should support. Bottom line is what I'm saying.
I do support Don D.
How do you get those interviews? What do you do? How did you get the?
I made it like this. I put in enough work, and I package elaborate interviews, and I ask people the correct questions to the point my reputation precedes myself. And whenever I encounter somebody and I tell them, who I am, it's like basically, come on, let's do it.
Right.
Because of I might have asked somebody a question about some sneakers. Like my platform is hip hop, sports, and fashion. So when I approach, let's say I was interviewing somebody like Mano, who was he kind of got the character of like wild Brooklyn dude. Nobody would understand that he might be a big fan of Kyrie Irving or Russell Westbrook. So when I encounter these guys, these hip hop stars, I might not even ask them about hip hop. I ask them, what's up with LeBron? You know what I mean? What's up with? I've encountered and got some real good conversations. Like I have to cut the camera off because we talking about basketball, and that's how I give it up. You know what I'm saying? It's like a conversation. It's like something that we kicking, tossing around in a barbershop. I just got the camera on when it's going down.
Right, and you said to me when we met, and you were like, there's not that many female media hip hop.
Not at all.
And when you saw the page, you wouldn't have thought it was a female. So I'm gonna go to him for advice for a lot of stuff because he's like.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna share with you something on why is. So not only when we speak to him, I give him all of the spotlight today because he deserves that, man. Trust me, my hands, man, I give him that, right?
All right.
So it's almost like you can ask me like what made me feel comfortable enough to open up and say to him,
right,
brother. And he was like, brother, what's going on with this is what I look at you as. And like he reminded me of
who you
I
are.
am.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing construction when he came to first do he didn't tell you when he first came to do my interview.
So what happened?
I'm on a construction site. I got dust and everything all over myself.
He was covered in drywall and paint and all of that. And actually, when he had the nerve to do the interview like that, I knew he was real. I knew everything that he said in the song. It was like that. You dig what I'm saying? So he didn't have to dress up. He
walked up on the construction site to interview me.
But you know what? To that point, one of the things that sticks out to me is, and going back to that time, like you guys brought it all back. Like you brought a whole system back into the fold, like with those songs and with that vibe. Like never forget what that did for the culture,
right,
at that time.
Man,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like you were instrumental because like you know, after Biggie died. And this week, you know, there's been a lot of celebration and remembrances and parties, you know, dedicated to him. So going back to like that time after he died, it was like that could have been it for hip hop, period. Because you know, the government was like, yo, they wildin', like we tried to shut this down a while ago. We told y'all it was bad. Like, I don't think people understand how hard it was that we had to fight to keep hip hop even relevant.
Even how hard we had to fight, and when we say it's it, and are we at the point to where we can recognize when it's over? It's over. Like, because you used to ask me a lot. It's over a lot. A lot of it is over, but sometimes we don't smell the coffee until they say there's no more coffee left.
Right. Just to ask people we from Jersey. You're from New York. You're from Pennsylvania. So New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
Jersey.
We're all
East Coast.
Right.
What they call it? The tri-state.
The tri-state area.
Everything's connected.
Right. But we're there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we saw what happened in the pitfalls and all that stuff.
Right.
So at that point, you have to snap out of it and realize that they can snatch the shit. Ask us from the East Coast about disco. Like, where's disco at? You know what I mean? It just evolved into this shit.
It's called a club now.
Well, it evolved into that, and that's what's going on probably with hip hop. Like, it's evolving into this like other thing that is
I'm trying to preserve it. I'm trying to keep it.
We are going to preserve it.
That's what I was saying to Mark. Like, we need you to participate in this. Like, anybody who, if you were a hip hop artist, if you was in it, if you gave us a contribution, you can't just walk off.
Please don't walk away. Don't abandon it. Like, whatever needs to be said, whatever stories needs to be told, whatever needs to be. Because I think a lot of people aren't coming out because they have bad blood now. Because so much has gone on with these shady-ass record deals. And it's like the shady people involved
I think it'd be a level of animosity. Some people might feel like the business didn't treat them so well. Or, you know, it might have been something that happened. Whatever it is, like, we trying to get past that, like, because it don't have nothing to do with music.
It doesn't. If you want to make money, get over it. Bottom line.
But listen to this one. Listen to this one. You're talking to someone right now that had a certain feeling about music.
You didn't want to.
I went to doing construction. Like, I'd rather just be happy, build, and whoop. But it took someone to remind me one day, like, it took him. He don't understand what he did. He didn't just come to do whatever. We came together to do something greater than great, right? So he was like, yo, let me wake you up and remind you what's going on with yourself. And I was like, oh, that's going on with me. Like, you reminded me of myself, like, who? So what that kind of like did was it sparked and resurrected. So you have those that are able to do that. And
that's
when
he's able,
do you know how? That's what. But it's hard to open and communicate with brother to brother.
This is my thing too, right?
Right. Now you good, man.
Touch these was too. I got guns. Nah, I'm just playing.
I was like, oh, sorry. I ain't know. Nah. But anyway, this is what
pull-ups, bro. Pull-ups. She was like,
that's some Superman.
I don't look that big. I got the hoodie. I don't look big.
Don't let the hoodie fool you, ladies. Don't let the hoodie fool you. Anyway, as media, I'm sick of just people just asking anybody anything, and that just kind of like gets on my nerves. And what he's saying, what you did for him, means that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Like, if you're not supposed to be doing what you're doing, stop doing it. Because I think people just give everybody a microphone now and be like, here, go ask them. Like, you have a mission. You know what I mean? Like, you inspired this dude. Like, if you're not
second
out here,
nature, though. It's almost like I
wasn't
being. I didn't want to use the word sarcasm, but if I replay some of the stuff I said, you got a record with Black. My man, you got a record with Black Rob. Are you serious? You're not doing music? Are you serious? Like, my man.
That's how you've been talking to me for 2 days.
Because Black Rob is still going to clubs. Black Rob still performs.
He's still doing it, but now he just reminded me that I'm not the construction guy.
He got music.
He still performs. Nice. I will pull up his performance. It's still on my phone right now.
He currently nice. He got records. Can you play music here? You can play music on the show?
First of all, I'm going to ask you a question. And do you think that there was like a bad boy curse? Because when I think about those people from that era, and the shit that went on with
Okay.
them.
Ooh,
That's
a good one.
That's out there though. Like there's a rumor, not a rumor, but you know that's a conspiracy theory that there's a quote unquote bad boy.
I got one for you. The person that is always the bravest man, you know, like let's say for an example, I'm gonna give it to you in a parable. We at war, so then everybody says, okay, war is over. The first people to leave to go back home and return home are the ones who never even saw the war.
Right.
It was in the back.
Right.
We was in the front line like this. Like, oh yeah, this the line? Okay, y'all get ready to get the business up on this front line. They was in the back like, if you make it through, we're gonna hit you. So when they said the war is over, the people in the back went in first. The people who came home last were the real heroes.
Right.
We the real heroes.
Right.
We the world looks at the hero who came home first. They had a party, and then everybody came home. Then the party was on whatever day it was, but the real hero was backed up by 4 days. He ain't coming home for about 4 days.
So, right. There has to be there was a spiritual experience between everybody. Like, son is Jewish now. Son left and went to another country. Like, son is in like prison for life because he had went and told them he killed somebody. Like, something psychologically happened to everybody at some point. So it's like when you don't tell people the story behind that, somebody might jump into some shit they shouldn't be jumping into. Like, you'll save a life, like you'll save a career, or you'll save like you know what I mean. And that's why what you do.
I like that. That's it's motivation. I whenever I encounter these celebrities,
you're not blinded by
I don't lose sight with the fact that I was listening to this in my Walkman or my iPod, or I might have had a poster of him on my wall in jail or something like that. So when I see him, I'm like, oh shit. Me too. That go for everybody.
Me too. Everybody.
I met Nevia recently. I was excited to meet her, and she was like flattered, like for real. I'm like, yeah,
for real. That's how it was with me. I'm like, for real. You just want to meet me, the construction boy. But go ahead.
It's good music. It's timeless music,
It's good,
man.
timeless music. And you inspire people. Like, music is medicine. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. And Erykah Badu said something in an interview recently that really stuck with me, because she was like, it's not the fucked up lyrics, is that too now, but it's the vibe. You know what I mean? Everything that you emit, you know how everybody say vibes and all that shit, people be lying in front, but everything that you do, you emit a frequency.
Absolutely.
So if you want some bullshit, everything you say, all your songs, everything that come out of your mouth is gonna, you know, bring people into that weird ass realm that the kids are in now. Mm-hmm. But y'all don't do that. The whole thing was built on everybody have a good time, fuck it. You know what I mean? And to be able to do that is dope as hell. So yes, you should continue to do it. Cause like I said, Black Rob's still doing it.
He's still doing it too.
Shout out to Black Rob. He's never on social media. I be looking for him like,
that's terrible.
Rob,
I'm gonna tell you something. I just talked to Rob 2 days ago. We are current. He'll come in.
Tell him that I'll help him fix his stuff up, and we'll work on getting him out there. Cause people want to.
I don't want to put him out there like this. But this is my man Rob. He always been having a fight with lupus.
Right.
And he just finished coming out of a spell, right? He had a spell.
Oh man.
He's out now though. But he was gonna come down to see you, but then we thought that it wouldn't be safe for him to just get on a plane and
travel.
Trust me.
Does
you know
he
what
live
he
in
said?
New York still?
I'm ready to go.
Wow.
I'm ready to go right now. Wop, I gotta come back in dialysis in 3 days. I can get out there in 3 days and do whatever I need to do. This is what he was saying. But we felt like, you know what, Rob, we'll just wait. Cause when you come here, cause that's like my brother. You understand? That's the one who gave me the opportunity from day one, right?
Yeah.
So then day 2 come around, and you be like, who woke me back up? You woke up a beast, bro. The beast is up, man. It's time. It's GullyTV. It's Gully all the way, and I love what we're doing. I love this
LiveHipHopDaily.
I like live. I like live hip hop.
You know what?
I like live because live and live is both the same words. I live
hip-hop daily.
I live hip hop daily.
So okay, so we're big on talking about the elements on the show, right? So do you think that the elements of hip hop, all of the elements, are being represented in a good way? You think that the culture is being pushed forward as a whole? Because I don't want the shit to get lost in, oh, it's just a bunch of people rapping that got gold and that's what hip hop is. No.
I think the culture is constantly moving forward. Sometimes the messengers or the spokesmen, they might dress different, they might look different, but it's an offering. It's an offering to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think people should be bashed for their offering. You know what I'm saying? If it's hip hop, that's what you want. Like, if you don't like it, don't fuck with it. But you know, that's his offering.
My thing is, I just think there definitely needs to be more space for the people that want to still make music, that have made music, and they shouldn't have to compete in a lane that they don't belong in. There should just be a separate lane for us. Like they had Boom. I don't know if y'all know this. Did y'all ever hear the Boom radio stations? So they had a Boom in Houston, they had one in Atlanta, they had one in, I don't know, a couple different places, but it was just all classic hip hop all day, all night. That Moni Love and Doc and Ed Lover would host on the show here. Anyway, that's gone. We don't have enough. But recently, LL Cool J tweeted that he's gonna start a show on Sirius called Rock the Bells.
Right.
So are you gonna listen to that? Like, do you think
that's a good? We trying to get on. Me and you, we trying to get on. He need to holler at us.
Holler at us.
You can holler at them, but I'm not listening to it.
Is we gonna tune in? You need to holler at us. We trying to get on.
Exactly.
They gonna listen.
We popping.
You're gonna be on there. So when your song comes on, do you hear your song?
No, because
do you still hear your song and get excited?
You wanna know why?
You don't?
Because LL could do so much more than a radio station.
Yeah, he could, but I mean,
it's good though. I'm gonna respect him for it. If he don't bite his tongue, I ain't gonna bite mine. I think he could do so much more.
I think they all could, but
it's a start. So
this is a start. People got to do what they got to do. You know, the only person I really see go hard for the culture like that.
We just need a little bit more, just a little bit.
Chuck D does.
I love Chuck D. That's right. Look.
Yes.
That book is crazy. I seen that joint at Walmart.
Chuck D.
Crazy.
Yeah. So Chuck D does. But LL, if this is what you're gonna do, great.
Yeah. Salute. Much power to him.
Do you hear your song still? What do you think when you hear it? It still comes on the radio.
Man, you know, sometimes I hear things and it hurts me more than it makes me feel happy. But the only thing that makes me feel happy after that is the people who remind me that I am the person on that song. When I heard it, I'm hurt because the person on that song ain't really the person on that song. But when people say, hey, you know what? Remember who you are. You're the person on that song. That's what I like.
Did you have a relationship with Biggie?
I knew Biggie. I think on the very beginning of my career was Biggie Smalls, but then I knew Zip. I knew the street elements of, like, I didn't have to say a word to you. We know you.
Right.
You're with me. I'm not with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm with a machine.
Right.
It's little niggas over here who know you.
Right.
That's ready to come outside.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you a story one time. Rest in peace to my little nigga, Baby Looney.
Did you pick up on it?
Yeah.
Look, it's rest in peace to my little nigga, Baby Looney. Right? I love him. One day he walked up on some, I think it was Suge in them, with a shotgun and drew it in his pants. He was about 16 and was like, "Hey, cuz, check this out. Puffy belongs to us." And that with that family, that to this day, only thing I can think of is we are together. We are together. I did the book again, separated, but we quietly, that's my partner, man. But
right.
Tooth and tongue fall out sometimes.
Right.
It's all good.
I just think everybody, let's keep the culture moving forward. We're gonna take a break.
Wait, before you go, let me ask a question. Being that all the TV shows is coming out now, like the Unsolved and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
About filming some shit off of your book.
Right. We actually, what I was doing with Gully, I turned the book into a movie, but the movie is ready. but I'm not so much focused on, the movie ends in 95 and I got signed in 1996. So a lot, all of the stuff about the Puffy stuff, which is still some good stuff, but it's before that era. And it's about music. It's about, before it was hip hop, it was bebop.
Right.
And before it was after it was bebop, it was doo-wop.
Right.
So we're gonna go into,
It was always hip hop.
yeah, and then hip hop derived from almost 3 generations of hops. Now it's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So,
But these are the things that I think people need to know, especially if you have hip hop in anything. You have to know what you're dealing with and what you are involved in. Because, like I said, I don't want people to think, oh, it's just, you got money, you got to go chain, you rhyme, you make sounds. And nah, it's like so much deeper than that. And it's a part of the black experience, the African American experience.
it's our history.
Is.
Remember when James Brown said, "Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud." What do you call that music? Hip hop, doo-wop,
Exactly,
or bebop?
because James Brown is the most sampled.
That was hip hop, man.
Yeah,
Huh?
I mean,
But
everybody,
look, you know
that's
what
the most sampled.
think about the
music.
era.
He just had the chorus saying the
Aight.
other bar.
It was hip hop, but now take the era and what did they label that music when he said, "Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud"? That was called doo-wop. And then before then, you had bebop, which was Little Richard Scott, bop, bop, bamboo, tutti frutti. And then Elvis was on that, like, ooh, we like that. So it went from bebop to doo-wop to hip hop. And we still hopping. You feel me? But man, it's crazy, man. I'm just so happy, man, to just be a part of this right here. Man.
Well, anytime you want to come, just come, because we have the crew. So that's the name of the show. It's Hippoppington with Kim and the crew. And we always welcome feedback because people, it's a group thing. You know what I'm saying? So we always have people chime in on what's going on. We talk about what's going on, not messy. And that's what you were saying. Like, it's the questions you ask and the vibe. It's like inviting somebody into your house and opening them up so that they feel comfortable.
Like, everybody know that, the gossip, the who was snitching, who did this, who got shot, jumped on, those types of questions. People, those videos and stuff, they go viral and shit.
Yeah.
It's not worth all of the trouble, the reverberations, everything that come behind it. So you don't even have to ask somebody nothing negative.
Because they saw it.
And you don't have to ask nobody. You just don't have to ask them nothing negative, period. If that's your intentions, when you schedule an interview with somebody, if you about to ask them about getting his chain took or some shit, you want some sucker shit.
But
You know what I'm saying?
I like that.
And people be on that shit. What happened when you was fighting with dude? And come on, man, you bugging.
But
That's
I would
crazy.
like to ask you about getting that feeling to go to Dominican Republic
to interview Haitian Jack. Yeah.
Like, what is that feeling like? Right? Like
I did that. I did that to.
Excuse me, before you answer it, I'm sorry, because my man, who only interviewed 2 people, CNN and GullyTV. No, we leave it. That's important.
what is that feeling
Go
like
ahead.
to
I
you?
like this story.
I was requesting.
If you listen to how Tupac described him,
Right.
he said light skinned, stocky, with a Haitian accent,
yeah.
jewelry, fast cars, and he's known for flashing. That sounds like a live nigga to me. I wanted to meet him. Nobody ever really. They had pictures that started to surface when social media came into play, but he was like a ghost, just like somebody that you heard about. And then the movie was coming out. All Eyes on Me came out, and All Eyes on Me, his name wasn't Haitian Jack. His name was Nigel. So I had to beat the rest of these media outlets. Like when I be boxing with these media outlets online, I don't be like beefing with the black and the people. It's not no racial thing at all. I don't be the urban. I don't be trying to beef or compete with the urban media outlets. I be trying to beat CNN to the punch. I be trying to beat Soledad O'Brien to the punch. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I be trying to beat the Discovery Channel.
Right.
These are the people who cover the urban entertainment stories. We don't have to wait until, like, USA got Biggie and Pac's story now. Everybody piggybacking on these urban stories and getting money off of it. I'm in a race to beat them.
Because
what I'm
we're
saying?
here. Because why wouldn't you be the one? Like,
This is my life. It's hip
why
hop
wouldn't you
music.
be the
This is
one?
my life.
Also,
this is my culture. Like,
that-
why would
that
I
story
sit back
is
and watch
old.
somebody else?
But the story is old, but it's
Look. The
influential.
story is old, but the truth has never been told. He's cracking at the truth of the story.
But they
That's
are too
deep.
now. You know what
Nah,
I'm
they
saying?
can't
Like,
never
now
get
that-
it. They
unless-
can't never
unless-
get it.
unless-
Until they come
unless-
see me, they can't have it.
Right.
Right.
And then until they, and I might make them tell them they're gonna have to get it from him because the truth we don't talk.
Oh, that's
people
how
don't
you
And
talk
do
then
about
it.
everything
yeah.
We don't talk
involved,
about
everything
truth.
surrounding Tupac was basically myth. Nobody knows what went on
Nobody
between
knows, right.
Haitian Jack and Tupac. Nobody knows who shot Tupac in the quad. They only can suspect
Right.
who did
Look,
that.
Yeah.
and stuff
Nobody
like that.
knows
Nobody
that
knows.
Tupac
They
and
don't-
Haitian Jack both lived in Atlanta. Nobody knows Tupac and Haitian Jack was both my friends. Nobody knows currently we might still talk to each other.
Yeah.
Tupac too.
Right.
But still, we don't.
But nobody
knows.
really knows. But the digging up of it, the conspiracy and the drama behind that, people are milking it more and more and more now. But when you talk to somebody like you or somebody that not only just grew up in it, like, why wouldn't you make him one of the people that you go to? Like, what are you
Absolutely,
doing?
they supposed to be the key players, the participants. They should be approached and examined. I mean, after all, I mean, there has been court cases and stuff like that
Right.
where you done already told the truth, or
Right.
you done already been asked about this, so this ain't snitching. It's already
It's
there's
out there,
transcripts
right.
about this, all of that.
Public
So
information.
Paperwork.
we want to know what you told them white folks. You think what I'm saying?
Right.
Like that's what Gully TV about, because
Yeah.
everybody wasn't in the
paperwork.
courtroom with you.
Right.
Paperwork.
So when I get with you,
I mean, you gonna
I
have the
want to know what you
paperwork.
told the people.
The paperwork.
So when you talk to him, when you talk to Haitian Jack, right?
Right.
When I saw him and I looked at the interview, I was like, he didn't look anything like, or he
Like they
didn't seem
described
anything
him.
like.
He didn't
yeah.
seem menacing nothing. He's not like that. Somebody was lying. Somebody's been exaggerating.
I want to say something to add on to this. Chime in. But even though Jesus Christ was a good guy, you can go say, fuck you, Jesus. He'd be like, I pray for you. The people that he kept with him, you're not ready to say that they're ready to kill you.
Right.
Haitian Jack could have
That's
been a
great.
nice guy.
The way he
Analogy,
just put that
yeah.
great analogy.
But the people who he rolled with was not great. They not playing them games.
Right.
So it's not. Don't even worry about Haitian. Worry about his friends.
Yeah.
Right.
He's adored.
Right.
That's very true.
Right, right.
That's a misconception about him. Like to know him on a personal level, it's to like and love him.
He seemed like a, just a regular laid back kind of guy, but
He got
look how
good
much he had went
relationships.
through.
I don't think nobody had a bad bone with him until Tupac made the record Against All Odds. Maybe Tupac and him maybe Tupac had an issue with him, but
Because
I think
Tupac-
the rest of the world, and especially Tupac's fans, made Tupac's opinion the truth.
Okay, so for those
That's
of you
deep.
that weren't there,
That was nice.
Tupac,
I like that.
if Tupac was alive right now, he'll be 50 Cent. Because every time he had an issue with somebody, he made a song about it. Whether it was true or not, he didn't investigate. He was back. He at the studio, like, wow. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I think that he would have been a different person now. But he was very open about his feelings about a lot of people and a lot of shit. Well, he did it for the songs anyway. You know what I mean? I don't know internally what he was going through. We'll never know that. But he went in on a lot of people.
Can I chime in a little bit?
Being a hip hop journalist, right, and being that you know how everybody loves Tupac,
Right.
was there any backlash? Like, why are you putting him up there? Because I'm like, that's his job. He's a hip hop journalist.
It was a lot. It was
It's like you should supposed to put the story out there.
it was a lot of backlash, but I view it as I got an opinion on niggas. I got an opinion. When I say niggas,
Right.
I'm talking about
A
ignorant,
mentality.
I'm talking about
Yeah.
ignorant black
Wow,
folks.
this is crazy.
That's a mentality.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know what to expect. I know a lot of times these social media platforms is all they have. You dig what I'm saying? This is the only place where they're gonna be able to share their opinion. Their opinion don't account for nothing in society. So they gonna say a bunch of crazy shit. It don't bother me. It's not gonna stop me from documenting and delivering the truth. I mean, we gotta get to the again. If we don't tell the story, it's gonna be on USA Today. I mean, on USA, like the Tupac and Biggie. It's gonna be up there, and they gonna tell it the way they want to tell it. So
And then they be mad still. So I'm like,
yeah,
yo, it's
the
crazy.
difference.
We in a fucked up situation. It's
But
Right.
I got something I want to chime in with you because I love it all. If you was to ask Tupac and Haitian Jack, the world loves Tupac. The streets in the hood love Haitian Jack. So you're talking to GullyTV. So we're talking about it's a difference between fame and muscle. We come in
Respect.
on the muscle,
Yeah.
respect. We on the muscle aspect of things. That means we still respect Haitian Jack's word, his voice. He's still a part of real life. He's not someone we just cast away and be like, whatever, that's still our brother too.
Right.
The truth is illuminating. It's illuminating. You know, when you heard the truth, you know it's the truth. So, get it from the horse's mouth. You more than likely might get the truth.
So who do you want to interview? Like, who do you have, like, people you're like, oh my God, I just want to sit down and talk to this person?
I like basketball. I want to interview. I want to interview basketball players. I like to kick it with Allen Iverson.
Yes.
God,
oh, man.
Sham God. You down with Sham God?
Who is that?
He's a they got a move. It's a move that everybody, all the superstars that got crazy handles in the NBA, they use this specific move, and it was invented by a point guard from New York City named God, Sham God.
Mm-hmm.
See, you're not aware of him.
Rutgers?
What?
He was at the Rutgers, right?
Sham God played for the Washington Wizards at a point in time. He played for Providence University. But he's more.
Never
He's
do Rutgers?
huh? Yeah, he played in all the Rutgers, Dykeman, all. He's an underground legend.
Oh, yeah, underground
But
legend, yeah.
he taught Kobe Bryant
So
how to
where's he
dribble.
at?
He in New York City. He's a conditioning and a training coach. He got like the world's best handle. He's one of them guys.
I'm gonna try. I
like the profile people like him who
That's crazy.
people not seeing these guys.
Look,
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There's a guy that plays basketball that was better than Michael Jordan,
I
but
hear
couldn't
this
play
all the
basketball
time,
because
yeah.
he had
was
a
in
criminal
jail.
background.
Yeah.
Right.
I hear that all the
Those
time.
Those are the
Play
stories.
basketball
Those are the stories I
Where's
want
it-
to deliver.
yeah.
Those
bro.
are the stories he like.
Yeah.
That's why with the story
That's
he got with
that's
me.
GullyTV.
That's what he got. That's when he came. It was almost like, okay, so you want to interview about what? Oh man, he wanted. I got to ask permission from some of the stuff he wanted to interview, and half of the stuff he might say is gonna come back as a no, and I have to listen to that power that says no.
I just yearn for the day that that's not a problem anymore. I don't know when that's gonna be, and I hate the fact that it always takes like somebody to die, or and then everybody wants to tell the truth. You know what I mean, or something like that.
Right.
But
It's like that a lot of times.
It's like that a lot of
We're keeping
times.
it gully.
so we're gonna take a break, but I really need to just get my one last question in, and then we'll be right back.
All right.
No.
No, I'm just saying that.
So.